Okay, here we go. Hello everybody, my name is Topher, and this is my daily driver, a 1993 BMW 325IS, and it's kind of broken in a great many ways. The interior's falling apart, and basically there's a ton of rust. So the thing is, today I tried to take it into a shop to see how much it would cost to repair all this rust, which I'll show you in just 1 second. And the amount wasn't surprising, but it's extremely expensive and totally not worth it. Okay, to start with, there's a bit right there. Come back over here, there's a bit right there. Quite a bit down there. Got some bubblage starting up right there. This is the main problem here. Yeah, 2 layers of rust right there. So you can tell that's going to be expensive. Got a bit right there. Got some down there. And then by far the worst part is if I open up the trunk, remove the battery cover, you can see that it is literally sitting on a rust hole. And there's a CD case holding it in. Right there, so that's what you call ghetto. Let's just get under here. It's a bit hard to see. There you go. So that's just some of it. If you can see over there, the exhaust has rust on it too. This is the good side, but there's still some starting right there. Quite a bit right there. That's about it. So it's pretty understandable that it's really expensive. And also, inside the interior, the door panels fell off. Not very surprising for this generation. Roof liner, the roof liner, whatever it's called, is coming off pretty badly. But other than that, it's perfect. Oh yeah, there's also a tear on the seat, and that door doesn't open from the outside. So, but yeah, other than that, it's completely perfect. Oh yeah, there's also a hole right there. So now, obviously, because I didn't film it earlier, because I didn't think it would be this astronomically expensive, I'll kind of act out. This is open. I'll kind of act out how the guy went about this whole thing. Okay, it's got a little bit. You need the fender. You need a new fender here, but you know, it's not too bad. Yeah, well, you haven't seen the other side yet. This is where it gets really bad. Oh no! Oh, how unfortunate. So after giving the car a general look over, he just looked over all the rust and everything. He started off, not surprisingly, by telling me that the best idea would be to get a new car. So he told me that, and I already knew that I was in for a treat. And he told me the final price that he guessed it would cost to fix the rust on this thing completely 100% was $20,000 to $25,000. $20,000 to $25,000. Let's just have that sink in a little bit. For the same amount of money, I could probably get 2 nicer M3s from this generation with no rust that run perfectly fine. So what am I going to do with that? E36, yo.
Welcome to Hoopy's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube. And I'm not Hoopy, but I do have this wonderful collection, this wonderful duo of Hoopys here. Yikes.
Oh. Yeah. Oh.
Well, hello, fine car people of the internet. I'm back once again with my 2004 Subaru Impreza WRX. I have had this car for 2 whole months now, and it's awesome. I mean, it is so much faster than my 2 other cars, easily, not even a question. It looks cool. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. I've met some pretty cool people in the Subaru community at car meets and stuff like that, and it's been great, but it still just looks a little bit faded, a little bit like a 187,000 mile Subaru, which is what it is. But I tend to like to do a little bit more with my cars, make them actually look a little newer. So today is a special detailing video on Topher Parker, where I'm going to start by washing this silver Japanese beast, washing this silver Japanese rally car tribute, and then we're gonna clay bar it, we're gonna polish it, and we're gonna wax it. Cut to the time lapse now. We're gonna start by washing this car, then we're gonna pull it in the garage for a bit of clay barring. Let's go. Washing. Because it isn't Halloween anymore doesn't mean that Charlie the Halloween spider should be put away for the rest of the year. He's there forever, but I digress. How about we check the state of the paint, take some before and after pictures, etc. And we'll walk through what really needs to be doing. I'm already seeing a couple scratches right here that will go out nicely with some polish. We're gonna start with this hood here. So much more boring waxing the silver. Last time you saw me driving this car, I had just seen blue smoke come out of the exhaust when I started it, and I knew there was an oil burning problem, but then at that moment I was thinking, oh no, it's got some serious problems that I did not want to have to deal with. I'm pretty sure this oil burning issue is just a valve cover leak. It's such a small amount of oil that it's leaking out that ever since I bought it in September, I've had to refill the oil once. I'm gonna stop talking so you can hear the turbo noise. Ready? Ever
ever since that video though, this car hasn't broken down on me a single time, not once. How have the last 6 months passed for me in this car? Well, it's been a really, really easy 6 months, to be honest. No new real issues, no worries. I now totally trust this car. It's easily the most reliable car I've ever owned so far. It's my most reliable car. It's my most practical car. It's my coolest car. This car has gotten me more compliments and excitement from people around me, especially most of my co-workers, who a lot of them are still in high school. So that's when the WRX is really a desirable, cool car, is when you're a bit younger. So I have coworkers of mine that ask me, oh, hey Topher, how's the Subaru running? And I'm like, it's running good. Like, you don't want to ask how my day is or anything? No, they just want to know about the car. But I mean, you can understand the appeal to a 16-year-old boy. I mean, it's fast, it's cool, it's turbocharged, it's got a big hood scoop on it. It's a wagon, it's got a roof rack. Get up to the speed limit, you know, as fast as we can. This car flies. 227 brake horsepower. I honestly think it makes more than that. It does not feel like 227. It feels more like, this thing feels like it makes 260 or more. Once this thing gets hooked up, once the turbo starts spooling, it just flies. It's really nice because it's the first car I've ever owned that doesn't feel underpowered. That power number is a little bit masked and ruined by a 4-speed automatic, which it's a good transmission, but man, I wish I could have a manual. I mean, a manual would have been $10,000. I wouldn't have been able to afford a manual, but I would love a manual. Every time I drive this car, I think how much more fun and how much more enjoyment would I get out of it if it was the 5-speed manual. I mean, just think about it all the time, and I totally envy manual WRX owners. But I mean, I honestly think I can tell you guys right now, this is the best car I've ever owned. It's been so good these past 6 months. It hasn't put a single foot wrong. It makes me smile and laugh every day, and kids love it, and I'm part of a whole different community. This car is easily worth the hype that it receives from people. Even with a 4-speed automatic, it's still a really, really fun, nice car. Now, I'm a long-term Volvo veteran myself. I'm actually not. I've had mine for 6 months, but I really have enjoyed it. Mine is not this car. This is an XC60 that comes courtesy of Ken Garff Volvo, which is the dealership here. It's been amazing having this as a temporary new car for the weekend. It's been a nice little vacation from all the car problems. I've had my S80 for 6 months now, and it's been great, but it does have its fair share of problems. The biggest and most annoying problem by a country mile is the throttle, or something that has to do with the throttle. I have to lean into the throttle like I do in a manual, except that unlike in a manual, you can't ever do it smooth. Sometimes it just goes, like it's almost like the throttle is on or off when you're driving it away from the lights, and it circulates between on or off, and it makes you look like you don't know what you're doing to your passenger because you just can't modulate the throttle at all. It's hard to explain, but I've had this problem since my second video on that car where I expertly changed the oil. Nope. Damn it. Also, the front suspension knocks like crazy going over bumps. It smells like burning oil. What a surprise from a car of mine. And there's various other little things. It seems like the car was really well taken care of until 2017, because that's when all the service records that I could find in the glove box just stopped. So I ended up taking it to the dealership because of an airbag recall. And while I was there, I figured that I would ask them to do a full mechanical inspection to find out everything that's wrong with the car. And I asked for a loaner for the weekend so that I could enjoy a vacation from car struggles. Early into the first afternoon, dealership tech sent me this video.
I just wanted to send you a video to give you an update on your car. The last thing I wanted to make sure that you're aware of is that the vehicle is severely leaking. This is me wiping it up a few times already. You can see that it's leaking on the ground.
And it seems like this front suspension is completely shot like I was thinking. And the whole oil burning issue, while I wasn't all that concerned about it, it turns out, I guess, that the car is hemorrhaging oil so fast that they can't mop it up off the floor fast enough. So I'm about to go to the dealership, get a quote, get my car back, pay them for the inspection, and probably faint when I get the quote, like Hoovie's Garage. My guess for the quote amount, I'm gonna say $4,000, because it is the dealership. So let's hope that I'm proven wrong, like that it's cheaper that I'm proven wrong, not that it's more expensive. So yeah, let's head on down to the dealership. Some of you may be familiar with my St. George trip where me and my dad drove a 205,000 mile Range Rover from here in northern Utah to St. George, which is in southern Utah. And it was about a 700, 800 mile journey. Did some off-roading, which was barely call it off-roading. It was mostly just driving on gravel roads. I mean, my Volvo could do most of the stuff that this thing was doing, but still, it was impressive to show off one of what is historically infamous, well known for being pretty much one of the most unreliable SUVs in the world, with over 200,000 miles and working, trustworthy, driving it on long distance road trips, taking it on gravel roads, and it made it without a single hiccup. Well, a couple months after that video went up, my dad and my mom went down to Arizona, and about the same distance, maybe a little bit longer. And while they were down there, the 4.6 liter V8 decided to do the Rover V8 thing and blew its head gaskets in Arizona. So it's a whole story of how my dad was basically stranded, and he ended up renting a U-Haul with a trailer to tow this thing on the back and brought it all the way home. And that was a fairly expensive ordeal, and I don't think my mom was super happy about it, but we're here, it's in the garage now, which means that it's another one of those Rovers in the garage, broken down, needs head gaskets, we're fixing it videos, which I've done several of those on my own Freelander, which is not the one that's in here for once, and it seems to be holding coolant just fine, not dumping it into the combustion chamber. Hold on. Knock on wood. Freelander's actually parked out there right now. Sorry, it might hear me. It's been reliable. Gotta be quiet, because if I say it too loud, then it'll think that I'm starting to trust it, and then it'll blow a head gasket. So my Freelander has been reliable. It's not just the head gaskets that are needed to be done. It also needs a new camshaft, because I guess these cam follower things are getting some wear. I can't remember what they're called. So in order to do that, we need to pull the engine on this car, which will be a first for this channel and a first for this garage. I don't think an engine has ever been pulled in here. So that'll be definitely interesting. So I say all of the disassembly is finished. It's not quite all the way there yet. We still have to figure out how to grab onto this engine. You know, maybe I could just handle it myself, lift it out with my immense strength, but I don't want to impress too many women on the... So we have an engine lifter over there. We're just going to use the regular cherry picker over there just to pull the engine. If I keep displaying my immense strength everywhere on the internet, then it won't be as impressive to people. It's like if you suddenly found... Never mind. So here we can have a look at the cylinder heads a little bit. Got to be careful with them, obviously. Because it's a pushrod engine, you don't need as much stuff in the cylinder head like
dual camshafts and things like that. All you really need are just the valves and a couple other things. So these cylinder heads actually look a lot more basic than they do on my Freelander. These are the cylinder heads, so time to cut to the action.
I wish it wasn't tilted so far back, but I guess we'll see how high this crane really goes.
Just a little bit more. Come on, crane. Don't give up yet.
You see why I stuck that out so far now?
Don't run out. Oh, I think you're good. Just a little bit more.
I think we're gonna make it. Yeah, I need to pull that leg out. I can't, it won't come. Is it a
Push.
hung up on something or what?
No.
It just,
The wheels
whoa,
are...
whoa, whoa, you.
It started raining and that was not a good sign.
Too close to the car.
All right, we gotta move it again.
Yeah, let's go that way on that end.
Is that it?
Yep. We'll leave it
There
like
you go.
that.
Okay. Yeah, so there you go. Now we can put it in my Freelander
In the back.
in the back. Yeah.
It might roll around and make noise. I am gonna feed this up from underneath. You are going to hook it onto the bolt.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Oh no.
that was a bad sound, as you recognized, I think, immediately.
That's not good. I just dropped that socket into the exhaust.
I wonder where it is.
In the exhaust?
In it?
In it, yeah.
It went in this. You got like a hole in one. It's in the catalytic converter.
Yeah. Oh, I think I can reach it. That was unbelievably stupid.
Hey, before you make your next stupid move, would you hand me the safety glasses? They're in the top left corner of the toolbox.